Welcome back to our number 2 of episode 10 ! Of Pawns and Patrons. So we scrambled around the house of Jute, looking for valuables, found some good supplies, and are ready to set out into the swamps. Who takes the lead? Who jumps forward and suggests what has to be done now?
Literally none of my characters. They're all middle to back of the packers.
Don't we have a map? Wait, can't Edwina guide us? What, is that her
totally.
name?
If you want Edwina to lead you to Frogomance, then
yeah,
cool.
I'd like to be at the back of the pack and talking to Babs. Babs is the charmer, right?
Yes, Babs is the charm personer who has charmed both Jägermeister and
then I'm like, what's gonna happen when we get there? Like, is Edwina gonna kill me?
So quickly, let's do a marching order. Like who's in front? I presume Edwina is leading the party through the swamps.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put her down here at the bottom in the front, and then who's like following up immediately after Edwina? We've got Babs and Strage in the back.
Lurjui is like still like, yeah, she's pretty motivated to prove that she's just not, that she could use her armor.
Mm-hmm.
So she can be up there.
Cool.
I think Henley just looks for I just blanked on your character's name.
Oh, Fiona?
Yeah,
Fiona and Henley walk side by side, probably towards the middle, right?
Cool.
Yeah. And then Scribbles, I think, will be like just behind the front because she wants to take all the notes, but she's not a frontliner.
And Beskri is like right behind Scribbles, yeah.
Is it weird to put the horse in the middle of the pack?
Just like
at the end.
Yeah.
Horse in the middle makes sense.
Are Dee and Kate at the very front with Edwina?
I'm trying to decide which way is front. Are we going down?
Yeah, we're proceeding down.
Okay. Then Dee and Kate are probably dragging up the rear, discussing Sky and his death and mourning comrade.
Pull Sky off of there. I'll go back to the landing page real quick and move Sky into the graveyard. Wow. Chat.
Very full graveyard.
Neal has lost the most characters so far with a record number of 6.
Damn.
Compared to Rachel's 2, Jen's 2, and Anna's 4. Wait a minute. Yeah. Because Froge was Anna's originally.
Yeah.
A short, bright existence.
Oh yeah, without your Froge, Strage wouldn't be as cool.
No way.
I have totally ridden what Anna has created.
That's what good roleplay is. We and each other.
I'm guessing that Evelyn and Agnes are just going to be sort of here in the mid-back.
Yeah, with Senga up on D'Artagnan.
We'll just put Senga right over here.
And Strage stays with Babs because Strage figured out that she's a charmer and she's got control of all these different dangerous creature and Babs
absolutely.
BFF,
Babs, what's your intelligence modifier?
It's pretty high, I think. It's 1.
Can I add a note? Because by the way, in theory, I got tasked to find the ring for Zutula, and Babs has it. Mm-hmm. And this is not why I placed myself next to Babs, by the way. It's literally for the previous reason, but I just saw my note. So I'm not looking for Babs to have it on her because I don't know she does, but I'm looking for that ring.
I mean, isn't it fairly obvious? Babs, are you wearing it on your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
do I know what it looks like though?
I don't remember. I know that he said, oh no, wait, Zotala, right? She was like, yeah, I'm looking for this ring.
Yeah.
Yes, that's because so I don't think you know what the ring looks like.
So I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
La la la. La 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 la.
Babs has a really fancy ring
Yeah.
with like, you know, 3 bright red like garnets set in it. So yeah.
But I don't know that it looks like that, so I noticed the ring. I'm like,
Excellent. And you asked Babs like if Edwina was going to kill you.
yeah. Like, when does Edwina turn back to wanting to kill me?
It's like a long time in this game, right? Like a month?
Well, it's a month for Jägermeister because Jägermeister has an intelligence of 2. Unfortunately, Edwina has a much shorter time frame before she'll get to make another saving throw.
Oh, okay. So
Alright.
Babs gives the answer of like, I don't know.
Fantastic.
I hang out very close to Babs.
Let's see. Actually, I want to go take a look at Charm Person and just see if I can see.
Babs is like, but once that Edwina wakes up, she will have spent all this time with us and she'll know how cool we are. And she's going to be like, dude, want to be part of your crew? And we're going to be like, of course, we forgive you.
Like Jägermeister.
Yeah. Except, no, you don't have to forgive Jägermeister for anything. Jägermeister's a king. Jägermeister's like, or like whatever elk, whatever elks make. I don't know. They like
I think it's
whistle.
that second one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. I think that with Edwina leading you, and you've got this map that is like showing you good directions. You make a fairly quick venture through the swamps. It takes like until the evening, like the sun is setting. It's about a half a day's journey, but like it's fairly uneventful. Let me just like talk to you about the landmarks that you pass. There's a split stone that's like a big, massive chunk of stone sticking out of the ground that looks like someone set a huge chisel in the top of it and just split it in two. There's like a field of water lilies that goes for basically as far as the eye can see, but it takes you, like 20, 30 minutes to wade through this field of water lilies. You pass a colossal skull that looks like the skull of an ape, sort of like half sunk into the swamp, like one of the eyes just like peeking out above the water and the other one completely above. As you're passing, you think you see something like skitter away inside the skull.
Is it like a house-sized skull? Like we could walk in
how
through
big
like a
colossal?
Stand
hall?
inside.
You could definitely walk into it, yes.
I walk into it.
I
Both
feel
of
like
my
we're gonna walk
characters
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is walking into the skull?
Fiona.
Immediately.
Henley.
Henley, Fiona, and who?
Kate D will follow shortly, but she's encumbered with gear.
Cool.
Babs will be
kills
like,
the
weren't we
adventure.
supposed to find like a predator corpse or something? That's like a corpse of a predator.
All right, I thought you were supposed to keep moving.
No, I'm just saying maybe we should bring this house-sized skull with us to wherever we're supposed to bring carcass.
Drunk girl's got a point.
Edwina, would that work?
Right. Edwina looks back and says, has to be something you killed. You had to deliver service to Bobugbu Bills in order to earn his favor. All right. Let's see. Who's going in first? Henley, Fiona, or Kate? I'm gonna roll 1d3 and we'll just like say whichever one, 1, 2, or 3, Henley, Fiona, or Kate is the first one through the door. It's Fiona is the first one through the door. So Fiona, I need you to make a luck check for me, please. So on your character sheet, there should be a button that says luck check. Oh, damn. One success. Incredible. Huh.
Is this good? It says success.
Absolutely. That means that you had incredible luck. That means that you have found something that you wanted to find in here. So,
Meaning to life.
Yeah, I like turn around and Fiona watches Henley enter, and she's like, "It's them. It's always been them."
let's see here.
Is that the treasure?
I need a character token.
Oh God, what have you found? Another familiar? Another
Yes.
mini-me?
So, I operate under the express instructions of gotta catch them all. We're just trying to add animal companions and other to this party, I think.
It's not just a catchphrase, it's a way of life.
It's pretty useful, to be fair, when you got a bunch of level 0s.
I like that we have a new meat shield in Edwina where we can be like, oh, that ground looks unstable. You go walk over there.
Awesome. Fiona, Henley, and Kate, you step into this giant skull and like slurping its way along the surface of the water, along the back of the skull, you see this great hulking white mound sliding through the water before it dips back under the surface.
Does it look like a tadpole?
It looks like a giant leech, but like way bigger than normal. This thing is like 20 feet long.
Kate is out. She's gone.
I do not. Don't
Fiona-
dig big leeches. Not a big.
Would the three of you roll for initiative?
Fiona has her arm in front of Henley, by the way. As soon as like it's leech, she's like, no, not again.
No.
Not again.
Initiative.
Let's see. Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Wow. Let's pull that up. All right, so we got Kate with 20. We don't have Strej. We don't have Evelyn or Babs. Scribbles. Hang on. Why did Henley not get
Do you
added?
want me to roll for initiative?
Not yet. Hang
Okay,
on.
not rolling. Actively not rolling.
17 for Henley and Fiona the Furnace with 13. Add turn. 13. Fantastic. Reason being that only Kate, Henley, and Fiona are aware of this at the moment. So, Kate, you see this, you understand what's here, and you get the chance to act first. What do you do?
Well, as someone who works with plants often, puts you in a lot of natural situations, I'm no stranger to the occasional leech. This is a giant white leech, and that is very unusual. So Kate puts her hands in the air, turns, and just walks out of the giant skull, hands up, saying, nope, giant white leech, that's probably what the tadpole's supposed to be. Nope, I'm out of here. And walks back to the rest of the party.
Nice. Kate, you walk back over to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Henley, what do you do?
I think stand behind Fiona's mom arm and hiss.
You step through the skull. You see this thing sliding through the water. You immediately go into hiss mode, and Fiona puts an arm out to hold you back.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Fiona, what do you do?
Before Fiona asks, she just wants to get a quick lay of the land first. So I'm imagining like a skull is like a submerged kind of like dome. Is the leech trapped, or can it kind of get in and out through like
No,
openings?
it can definitely get in and out, though. Like y'all have walked through one big eye socket that's mostly above the water surface, and there's another one that's mostly below the water surface. So like, it's only two exits are either through you or like down under the water out the other exit.
So it's got to pass me. And then like, how deep is the water at its deepest? Like enough to like slow my club?
To slow your club?
You know, like you could take a big stick and you smack it in the water. It kind of
I
disperses.
think probably like, if you were going to run forwards and start swinging, what we would see with a single dice roll is you like smacking at the water a few times, waiting for it to surge up out of the water, and then like taking a batter's swing at it as it pops up, that kind of thing. So like, yes, it's deep enough that it would be hard to fight, but if you're fighting, then you're waiting for your time to strike and then making an attack when you think it'll work.
Well, considering I see it above the water now, and I don't Do I see any eyeballs on it? The leeches have eyeballs. Can it see me and sense me immediately, or can I get like an attack of opportunity right now by just like full force lunging at this guy?
It's definitely aware of you, so it's not surprised, but like you've got the opportunity. You could surge forwards through the water and just thrash him.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for Fiona, not only to secure the great white tadpole, perhaps as a sacrifice. Not sure if we were supposed to celebrate or worship this thing, but I'm going to kill it because it looks a lot like the thing that really tried to hurt my friend Henley.
Awesome. Then I think I need you to make an attack roll.
Oh no, this is the thing where I need to open it up in Chrome really fast.
Oh yeah.
Ah, we're learning.
Oh yeah, the spellbook thing. I found such a good spellbook last time.
You mean the online like click to roll spellbook?
The one that you can make your Dungeon Crawl Classics spellbook, and it will pull up each of the spell, like, you know, each spell has like a giant page of instructions. You can tell it your spells, and then it'll give you like a PDF of your particular spells instead of having just. I was scrolling between like 30 pages.
Yep.
Let's see if I can find that again.
Yo, 15 to hit. I think you hit. Let's double check. Yeah, absolutely. You connect. This thing is like surging out through the water to like hiss at you, and you just crack it right across the like fang with your big walking stick. 2 damage.
So the leech is hissing, Henley is hissing.
Yeah, Fiona, black. All right, awesome.
There was also a lot of yelling as I did this. I want to say I did a big kind of like Xena, like, ah, la, 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 battle cry. So like you guys
those
know
of you
that.
who are outside this skull hear like splashing and and then like the hissing sound of Henley and some creature go yeah, and then you hear a whack. Let's see.
Yeah, can we join in initiative once we hear that this is happening?
I'm gonna have everybody roll for initiative at the end of this turn, so
Okay.
after the great white tadpole gets to go.
They're going into the skull. Crazy people.
So Fiona, the great white tadpole launches itself at you.
Not cool.
That Fiona, the great white tadpole, or is it Fiona, comma the great white
Fiona,
tadpole launches?
comma, and it leaps bodily onto you, and you just like splash down into the water, and the dark water closes over your head for a second, and there's just nothing but blackness and the sound of like thrashing underwater in your ears, and then your head breaks the surface again as you stand up, but you feel so much heavier than normal, and you look down to see the mouth of this massive tadpole just like stuck to the center of your chest.
Oh.
And now, let's see. So we've got Kate, Henley, and Fiona. I need Jen. I need you to roll initiative for one of your characters, whoever has the best initiative. And then we'll just have all of you roll with all of your characters at your initiative order. So, Strej with a 12, very nice. Add turn. Oop. What? How am I gonna make this work? Strej.
Sorry, I missed it.
Oh, come on.
Stress
20.
and Babs are like synchronized. It's
Roll
like
20
synchronized
fighting.
swimming, but synchronized casting.
So I don't actually need you to roll initiative for all of your characters, because your other characters are just going to act in concert with the characters that I had you roll initiative for, which is the standard way of doing initiative with multiple characters in DCC until you're down to like running adventures with just like 4 characters. So cool. We loop back around to Kate and all of Neal's characters. What do you do?
So Kate was checking out of that conversation, or noping out of that encounter. Dee, however, is not such a little bitch, and she'll take her 2-handed sword and her steel helmet and the backpack that's filled with frog mugs and spy glasses and heavy equipment hefted over one shoulder, and pull out that sword and walk into the giant skull looking for something to stab.
Amazing. Yeah, you see Fiona standing there with a huge colossal white leech stuck to her chest.
Fiona,
Not good.
don't move. And like I aim myself to the side so Fiona's here, the leech is here, and then I'm just gonna try and like stab down through the leech without running into Fiona's belly.
Nice.
I think
Don't
I
get the
just clicked
poison in me.
the melee button.
There it is. 8 to hit and 2 damage. Unfortunately, your 8 misses.
Being
So
too
where does that
careful with
2
Fiona.
damage go?
Don't hit Fiona, right?
No, you don't hit Fiona. The 2 damage goes into the ether and it damages the water.
Ah.
All right.
Henley and Babs. And also
Babs.
Scribbles. What do you do?
Babs is not having this and is just gonna magic missile that big monster off of Fiona.
Awesome.
Which is an exceptionally accurate spell, right? Like,
Yes,
always
it
hits
is.
and not hits unintended. Okay.
It's in fact cannot miss.
And as a note, the mercurial effects on this are that this spell is shouted by a demon from within Babs, and then Babs can't talk for 1d4 rounds. So this is like a demonic growl that happens.
Also, like, good advice for your vocal cords right now. Like, don't do that twice.
Yeah.
Magic
No.
missile. Magic missile. Awesome. So an 8, unfortunately, the spell flies from your hand and also from your mind, and it vanishes into the ether, doing nothing. You cannot
Do I
cast.
still have to have the mercurial effect?
Yes.
I'm so
Now you
mad.
can't speak for 4 rounds.
I
Isn't
forgot
it
how that may
really?
also affect my other spells. Are there like verbal components to these?
Let's see.
It doesn't look like there's any notation of.
Yeah, there's no like specific.
Okay, good.
I think some spells might have like, with a shout a person does
Mhm.
blah blah blah, but yeah. Okay. Well, there you have it.
Then I guess it's Henley's turn, right?
Yes.
Henley has one hand axe and will join in the fight to protect their beloved Fiona.
Oh, nope. A miss.
Why are we all rolling 8s? Excuse me? Is it broken?
It's the curse of roll 20.
I guess.
Scribbles, are you gonna do anything?
Oh, what can Scribbles do even?
She takes notes.
She can
She
notate
has a dart. She's gonna try to help with the little dart.
her last dart.
Oh. Does that hit?
Oh, dang, nice. So Scribbles like
14.
goes back here where the hole is and then throws a dart into melee, which is always dangerous because you might hit your friends, but you don't. You hit the giant white tadpole and deal 3 damage. Very
Nice. I underestimated you, Scribbles. Well done.
So did Fiona, who screamed, no, the whole time she was winding up, and then was like, oh.
Fiona, Evelyn, and Agnes, and Senga. What do you do?
Let's see. Agnes comes in, and she's just like, oh, God, what are we doing here? No, Senga, and sends in, wait, do they operate separately, or do they operate together? Do they both get to pass and stuff?
Let's say they operate in the same initiative order.
Got it. But Agnes could use a spell, and Senga could also do a physical attack.
I'm pretty sure. Let's double check. I think that's one of the benefits of having a familiar, but also like the danger, of course, is that if your familiar dies, then you basically just die. Magic items, monsters. Wait. F for familiar 141. See page 316. There we go. So let's see. This is a guardian familiar, combat oriented. They focus on defending their wizard and are not afraid to enter combat. That sounds like Senga to me. Yeah, I think that Senga can just act. I don't see anything here that is a rule about. That is a rule about when this creature can attack, or like you needing to spend a part of your action to make your familiar attack? I think it just can.
That is fantastic, because Stephen, if you allow it, what I would like to do is for Agnes to place her hands on Senga's shoulders and shout, enlarge!
Awesome.
And based
Roll
on the
your
success of
enlarge. Oh no.
Oh god, we're gonna lose all of our spells and we're not even facing the demon yet. Like, this is a really bad move.
The spell for enlarge fizzles, vanishes from your mind. Evaporating.
Oh, I lose? Like, I just don't have that anymore, or not for today?
Yeah. You,
For today.
you no longer have that spell today.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. She'll remember it tomorrow.
Yes, she
There we
will.
go. Great. Senga kind of like from atop D'Artagnan looks down at Agnes and is like, "You're terrible at that." And she just hops off the horse and she's like, "I'll save you, Fiona," and comes in with her. Let's see. So Agnes's familiar Senga is a tiny, wizened old woman. She's got about 10 HP, 16 armor, and she's gonna come in with a 1d6 bludgeoning +4.
Isn't she specifically a tiny old miniature version of her? Like, it's not just
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a
Like, look about
Tiny
your future,
old-
sweetheart. Like,
Older miniature Agnes.
yeah.
But she's also like super good. She has like crazy AC and HP compared to most of our characters.
But the mental picture is so much funnier when you remember that it's like Agnes and little old Agnes.
don't talk to me or my familiar ever again.
Yeah.
And you roll 1d20 +4, and you deal 1d6 bludgeoning damage. "17 hits.
And
For 3 damage. So I'm imagining Senga just like leaping off of D'Artagnan, like what you see this in like Thor Ragnarok when he's like leaping towards the pile of zombies and lightning is striking, just bringing that walking stick down, crack, dealing 3 damage to the great white tadpole. -3. Fantastic. Fiona
Evelyn.
and Evelyn, what did the two of you do?
Um.
Oh, and actually, of course, no, Agnes tried to cast enlarge.
Yeah, she failed. Let's see. Evie is gonna come in and I had to change her name because I accidentally named like all my characters after Anna Frost's like professional roleplay characters when I was just going through like the alphabet. So my bad. I'm sorry. This is Evie now. She's got a warhammer and a bunch of padded armor, by the way, because she's afraid of everything. And she's gonna bring this warhammer down to bear on the leech. Hopefully.
Oh shit!
Oh.
So that's a crit. Now Evie is just a level 0 character, right? So let's see. First of all, you do 2 damage, which is great. -2. And then we get to roll on the crit table. Let's double check what that is. Oops. Where is it? DCC rules? Yeah. So yes, crit table 1, show to players. I think that 0 level characters roll a 1d4 on crit table 1. Is that on your character sheet at all? Who is this? Evie?
This is Evie.
Crit die d4. There it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Beauty.
You roll a 1, which means the force of the blow shivers the weapon free of your grasp. You also inflict plus 1d6 damage with this strike, and you are disarmed. So, Evie, please roll 1d6.
Oh!
Right. So, your warhammer just goes like swinging through, blap, and it like splashes into the water, and then it just completely slips out of your grasp, just goes flying somewhere inside of this skull. Bloop. And then you see like half of the great white tadpole float up, and then the other half float up, and then it detaches from Fiona and dies.
Yeah! Evie, who has never done violence of this magnitude, just kind of stands there with her arms down as if she's still holding the hammer, and the water has like splashed her face, kind of, maybe there's some blood in there, and she's just kind of like And then she loses her headset too for dramatic effect. It's very good.
Love it.
Biscuit like puts her arms down and she's like, I was totally gonna crit it too. I was gonna do a mighty blow. Like those new armor pieces were gonna be put to such good use. Take note of that, Scribbles. Take note of
Scribbles
that.
is like, and goes over and retrieves her dart from having actually hit the.
Then she turns over to
leech.
Biscuit and she's like,
I think there's a 50% chance to recover ammunition in
okay.
GPC.
Is my
So
hammer in?
roll 1d2. On a 1 you fail, on a 2 you succeed.
Ooh, come on.
Does that go for my
Big,
hammer
big
as well?
two. No, that's only for like ammunition, like thrown darts or arrows. You find your dart sticking out of the hide of one half of this giant colossal white tadpole.
Huzzah.
And yes, Evie, you are able to like search down through the muck and find the haft of your warhammer and recover it. Awesome.
Also, Fiona is like, after remembering what happened to Henley, is checking to make sure she's not like poisoned now and
Yeah.
she's alive.
I think nobody grabbed the leech and like tried to squeeze the blood back into you.
It's good.
So I think you feel like you're okay for right now.
Got it. That was what
See if
happened.
there's
Yes.
anything here. Yeah, well, we'll just have to see how it goes. Would all characters please add 3 to their XP?
Ooh. Is this the first time?
for level
Scribble-
1s only, right?
Yes, for level 1s
Oh.
only. Yeah.
Ah.
Level 0s will become level 1 at the end of this adventure, regardless of how much XP they earn.
What's
If I-
level 2?
I think it's like 50. And
We're
of
still
course,
ways off.
remember that surrendering money to taxes and spending money also gives you XP at a rate of 1 XP per gold you spend, or tax.
I didn't know there was
Or
an
is it-
upside to paying my taxes.
Is it 1 per 1 or is it 1 per 100? Let's take a look. DCC oddities. Yeah, you earn 1 XP for spending 100 gold. that you
1
earn.
for 100 gold?
Yep.
Not worth.
Gotta get that money. Awesome.
And Fiona is gonna collect the 2 halves of the white tadpole. Are they like are we talking like full dragonaires, or are we like sausages? What are we doing?
You could definitely like drape them over D'Artagnan's back and bring them with you that way.
Yeah, Senga does not love that, but we're doing that, I guess.
Edwina, is this gonna work?
Edwina turns around and says,
What? Oh my god! You slew it! The great white tadpole! Oh, I guess you can't go back to Blabutan now, can you?
I mean, we can go wherever we want. I'm just saying, like, you said we needed a corpse, we had to kill it ourselves. Here's one.
Yes, yes, look at the teeth on this thing. Well, that will certainly appease the demon beast of Bobug.
Didn't
Yes,
you
right.
say
with the
that
hand.
there was no such thing as the great white tadpole?
Well, as we can see, it's very clearly a leech and not a tadpole, so there's that.
Evie's still just like.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's clearly not a tadpole.
Clearly not.
So an offering for the Babagubil's demon. That is great. That is great. We wouldn't want to be on his bad side now, won't we? Huh?
No, indeed. I think that he'll probably be very pleased to see you all. Very pleased indeed.
Why
Are
did
you
say,
being
Why did you say that
honest?
so creepy? Why'd you kind of had a creepy tone when you said that?
Oh, that's just how my voice sounds.
Oh, okay. That's sorry, my bad. All right, let's go. We're done with the leech. Let's go.
cool. You continue marching through the swamp, leaving the colossal skull behind, and after another hour or so of trudging through the dank waters of the swamp, you see in the distance the humped mound that must be Frogomance. There's like an ivy encrusted tower rising up from one side of this mound. Would all four of you roll a d20 for me, please? This is not to restrict information, just to tell you who sees it first.
Put a D in front of that 20.
Rachel, roll a d20.
That's the best way.
I just figured out a great hack for this website where things are moving fast.
Awesome. Yeah, it's Strej.
Yes, of course it is Strej. Yes.
Strej, even from the rear, where you and Babs have your heads together talking wizardly things, and inquiring as to whether or not Edwina will try to kill you. And
yeah, mostly about that.
You see, before anyone else does, that in the distance, all around the imposing entrance to Frogomance, which, by the way, looks like two huge eyes and then like a big frowning frog mouth that's gaping open, just descending into the waters of the swamp. Just in front of the entrance, you see a rather large party of people. 6 knights, one of whom is sitting on a large war horse, attended by no less than 8 men-at-arms or squires. With another 7 horses tethered off to one side. Each of these men is wearing a blackened cloak with a single bright orange eye emblazoned across the back. You all recognize this symbol as soon as you see these individuals ahead of you. This is the Eye of the Overlord. Edwina pulls up short.
Oh, that's not good.
Nope, that's not good. You're right, Edwina. That's not good at all.
We quickly scramble. My characters quickly scramble to the side of the path, just in case they want to walk past us without stopping and talking to us.
Yeah, I tried to hide.
Cool. Yeah, all of you like jump off the path. Jägermeister is standing there in the middle of the path, slowly leaning his head down, stumbling to the side a little bit, and then nipping a flower from the surface of the...
Jägermeister, get back here. I imagine he backs into the forest and then like pretends his horns are a bush.
I love it.
We like try to hide the big, huge white leech body. Like,
yes.
Put that to the side too. Yeah, you're a rock. It blends.
Now, you all saw this with quite some distance, and in truth, these individuals up ahead, there's like 12 of them, 13, 14 of them. They all seem to be like discussing something, talking together. None of them were like particularly sharp-eyed looking in your direction. They don't seem to be heading your way. And so it seems like at the moment, they're not super aware of you.
So do we have any idea of who they could be? Because I know we were looking for a wizard lady who goes by the name I'm going back in my notes. Augusta Rebay.
Yes, Augusta Rebay. And your ultimate mission that you were sent on by who was it? It was my patron. It was what's the name of your patron again? Anwar of the Whispering Cowl.
No, Petrov, the prophet of Petrov. Yes. Yeah, the prophet of Teotihuacan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Your ultimate mission was to recover the Eldritch Scroll of Zokar Zan, which is said to be in possession of Augusta Rebay.
Exactly. Yes.
And unfortunately, which the Overlord also is seeking.
Exactly. And the Knights of the Overlord, I think we're also looking for Strej.
There has perhaps been some reason to search for a Strej Duuuuuuude.
Yeah, I think it's because we were falsely accused of having done something on our previous mission, I think.
So you all had visited the keep on the hill in contravention of Justikar Snish's orders.
Exactly.
And you know, there's probably some like theft of an important ring thrown in there, theft of a sword from one of the Chunder brothers.
I don't remember that.
There was an event where you sang terribly in the middle of a tavern and proclaimed who you were to all the world.
Yep, and what we did, yep.
What a gift.
It was a really good song, though. Everybody was into it. I'd like
They
that
were.
to be in the record as well.
And yes, you did learn that there's like a large gold bounty on your head.
Yeah, and I did attach like cardboard piece to the back of another frog that was a noble and
Yes.
tag them as Stretch.
D'Artagnan's original owner that we took.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
yep,
deserved it.
That guy has the name on him, so it's probably him. Let's be honest. Yeah, I think it was him.
Now, speaking of that guy, Edwina says,
Oh no! Oh, they'll find that poor noble that we've got captured in there. Oh, this can't fly. He was going to tell us where to find the great white tadpole. Oh well, screw him.
You imprisoned someone in there?
Oh, imprisoned is such a harsh word. Invited to stay.
Invited to
Okay,
leave?
well,
Did not invite to leave. He's seen
Mm-hmm.
too much.
Do we think that the 6 knights are with the wizard? Or does it look like it's just the knights?
so what you know of Augusta Rebay is that she is a wizard of Mordland, the country that you are now within, the Frog country. Whereas the agents of the Overlord serve the Overlord of the City Great, which is the country of Lothpertines that you came from. So while there's nothing that visibly indicates to you that these knights are working with Augusta Rebay, you know that the Overlord is searching for the Eldritch Scroll of Zokarzan as well, and you know that the knights serve one kingdom and Augusta Rebay serves another. So like, all of your assumptions point to they're not here with her, but they're here for her.
we
So-
also could assume that Strej would be in danger if identified.
Oh yeah.
Strej, you should hide inside the corpse of the Great White Leech. No one's gonna look in there.
I start removing my silk clothes that I like
you
to
took
wear
that suggestion
so much.
very easily. This
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going necessarily. I'm just going to remove my stretch clothes that everyone knows me for, the ones I sing and dance in. So
It seems like you just took the suggestion.
I'm going to change into my ugly peasant clothes. And then I'll just stand next to the leech and like start poking it, like feeling like how does it feel when you touch it?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel comforting to me. Because
So
I'm pretty sure I'm down with like slimy, froggy, swampy things.
So we've sort of established that the demon of Babugly Bills would be pleased at you bringing the corpse of this creature
Yeah.
to it, because this creature like preys on amphibians and perhaps even frogs. So I think it would not feel comforting to you. It would feel kind of the way it feels for like a human to touch like a shark, or
Not
something like
touch,
that.
get into a shark.
Well, yeah, it's like you're touching the body of a shark, deciding whether or not you want to like squirm your way inside, right?
Terrifying.
Sounds
Yeah.
horrible. Don't we have another corpse I could like slide in? Something more friendly, perhaps.
Can we?
What if
ooh,
we cover what if you lay down on Jägermeister and we cover you with moss, and then you just look like Jägermeister just look a little more thick.
I'm okay with that. Yep. That's really good. I immediately get onto Jägermeister and I'm like holding the horse for dear life.
I start
Nice.
picking up like very muddy moss and just splatting it all over Froge.
I actually find that comforting. This is
Yes.
extremely comforting.
Yes, it's like just a gentle bath.
I mean, I still think that getting inside the corpse would have been cooler, but whatever.
So it's like dusk out, so the light is dimming, and in the dimming twilight of the swamps, after all of you have spent a little bit of time applying splats of mud onto Froge on the back of Jägermeister, it just looks like you've got a very muddy moss elk following you with like a tumorous back.
Love it.
One of those prion deer.
So do we have a way to like eavesdrop?
I think that's up to y'all.
Someone could like creep over there and listen.
Or like, what about our map? Like, are we close to our destination? Because I think we have a more advanced map than just like get to Frogomans.
I mean, the only maps that you have are directions from the House of Duuuuuuude to Frogomance, and this is Frogomance. Like, looking at it for 2 seconds makes it clear to you that this is Frogomance. And also, as she walks up and like looks through the scraggly trees across the swamp, Edwina Mubb says, "Wow, this is Frogomance."
I mean, locals call it Frogomance, but whatever.
Yeah. Edwina, do you know if there's another entrance besides that frogmouth?
Oh, well, now that you mention it, there is, but it would take us down into the catacombs below the school, and, well, we toss all of our refuse down there, and, well, that is where we were planning on summoning the Froghemoth, and...
That's perfect. Shortcut.
Probably better than going through 6 knights and 14 henchmen.
She shrugs and says,
Six
I'm having this
on
whole
one hand, one Froghemoth on the other. Well, maybe she hasn't executed the ritual yet.
I have this whole discussion like from like the moss elk's back, and I'm like, you can see like the moss like going like.
Yeah,
All right.
she says, if we sneak around to the right, then we can slip into the caverns beneath Frogomance. Nobody's been down there in quite some time, except for the chamber and the summoning chamber. But we can probably find our way from down there up into the school itself, the school proper. We can find our way to Augusta.
Perfect. Onwards. Moo.
Just before we decide on this, quick side question. We're trying to get this Eldritch Scroll of Zorthzan for our patrons who work for the Overlord. Right?
Questionable.
Wouldn't our patrons just give it to... Couldn't we just skip a whole step and point these people in the direction of the scroll? Or are patrons working against the Overlord without the Overlord knowing? Is there like a new meta happening above us that we're not quite aware of?
Is this Neal who wants an answer, or is this
This is
Neal's
D.
character speculating?
This is deep speculating.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Fiona burps in response.
Babs is like, that makes sense. Do you think that throwing in with the Overlord might be more profitable than
By the
trying to
way,
look for our patron?
if you believe in my character as a patron, Petrov, it would have been made really clear that they're like very intense conspiracy theorists and that they don't trust the Overlord at all.
Okay. The Overlord isn't to be trusted.
Well,
least not as
I
far
don't
as
know.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what he said.
not according to Petrov, but the other patrons might feel otherwise, and the pawns could feel otherwise too.
My patron represents the active arm of the law. Her parents are in charge of the jails, and of course, how do you fill jails if not arresting people who can't pay very reasonable funds to live in the city?
Okay, so we should just take it for ourselves so we can get paid, so we can pay the taxes so we don't end up in jail rather than trying to... everyone needs a middleman for the
Yeah.
situation. Okay.
Yeah,
the
at
middle
the expense
people.
of others is the family way.
Okay.
Scribbles is writing all of this down.
Just wanted to check our bases, make sure there wasn't a third option that wasn't apparent.
I mean, it is a pretty smart third option, says Beskri. But like nobody ever listens to her, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, I hear
Well-
no objections, and let's go with our original plan.
I kind of like the other plan. So on we go with the original plan, says Trish.
What's the original plan?
We do what Edwina said. The
So
stealthy
sneaking in around the
sneaking.
side.
Yeah.
There is a third plan, Agnes
Ooh.
says.
Everybody turns back.
We could play the guards like our patrons play us and act like we're on the same side, bring them in, send them ahead of us, let them die, and then reap the rewards.
Do we have guard outfits?
Oh, I thought we would just convince them, like we were all on the same side and they were going to get the scroll and do the thing. No, okay.
Yeah, she
Agnes
didn't
returns to her
mean-
notes,
She didn't
like-
mean play as in like we act like the guard. She meant we play as in we trick the guards. Like we're like, yo, we're friends and
Babs.
we're all on the same team. And then we're like, yo, do you want to go in there? We want to go in there. Whoops. Oh no. You accidentally were our meat shield. Oh, so sorry. I guess you're dead.
There's someone constantly inebriated, Babs. You are quite wise and an attentive listener. Thank you.
Thanks.
What she said.
But, like, if they can't deal with it, even if they act as our meat shields, do you think we can?
It's a really good point.
No, that would give us ample time to leave. Yes, we're learning at their expense.
Maybe they can go in and we can, like, use it as a distraction to steal the things while the noble
Oh.
knights ensue in combat?
I like that. Okay,
Never
so
was.
so we go in, we wait for them to go in, and for them to get in battle, and then we steal the stuff.
What if they win really quickly and easily and kill Augusta?
Oh, then we kill them.
Do we though?
Maybe we should just race them there. I don't know. I'm beginning to have a lot
Yeah,
of
maybe we
doubt
should
in
race
our
them there.
plans.
You're right.
Okay,
You're
yeah.
right.
Okay. Never mind this whole side quest. Let's go.
Edwina says,
This way, I'll lead you around to the secret entrance to the caverns beneath Frogomans.
Everybody be stealthy.
and then she says,
Quick, all of you stack up behind the moss elk and the horse.
Why you gotta put them in front?
No, I mean, put the horse and the moss elk between you and the knights.
Why?
So that if they
Cover?
look in this
Put them in-
direction, they only see a horse and the moss elk,
Oh,
and
I
not
thought you
12
meant, like-
people trying to sneak away from them.
Should
Right.
should we dress up the horse as another musk elk? Because I feel like
Yes.
that's more believable.
That is a very smart idea. I knew you had good blood that we would want to drain and inject into Serum. He's probably back by now, don't you think?
No,
I don't
probably.
know.
Anyway, and I just start grabbing moss and putting it on D'Artagnan.
You're very leech-like,
Senga, who is
Mount.
sitting on D'Artagnan, is like, ah.
I take some sticks that kind of look like antlers and I put it in D'Artagnan's bridle and then I hang some moss from that.
yes, fantastic.
Mustanian.
With like 15 minutes of work, the sun sinks lower, the sky goes from red to purple. And by the end of it, you have like from 50 feet away, a convincing facsimile of a moss elk that just like looks really weirdly proportioned. So you've got like one moss elk with like a tumorous back and the second moss elk that's just really weirdly proportioned. These two have found love. They've met each other. They are going to go off and spend the rest of their lives together. It's going to be
Makes a
beautiful.
lot of sense.
They're gonna make lumpy moss elk babies.
Edwina slowly leads the 12 of you around the side of Frogomance, a large humped building with like 2 wings in the swamp, and leads you around to like there's sort of like a bushy outgrowth on one side, and she steps forwards and uses her walking stick to pull aside the bushes, and you can see that there's actually like a crevasse that runs underneath the building, and it's sort of like a slippery slip and slide type effect of like, you know, wet stone, like cavern stone rather than worked stone. And she gestures and she says, "After you." And that's where we should take our second break.
Ooh.
See you guys on the other side.